CMA. We are continuing our mini-series on how to sound and play like some of your favorite Christian artists. Today we're going to do, I guess he's kind of a newer artist, but he's been around for a little bit. But he's got a very unique voice. I really love his music, and he incorporates his roots as a southern rock and country player into his praise and into his Christian calling as a musician, and that is Zach Williams. Now, originally, we were going to do an artist by the name of Lincoln Brewster today. And if you don't know who Lincoln Brewster is, he's probably one of the best guitar players alive today. He truly is. He's a fantastic guitar player. But unfortunately, in order to kind of really sound and play like Lincoln Brewster, I need some equipment that I don't have here with me at the house. So we're going to do Zach Williams, and we're going to do something a little different because I do not have my acoustic guitar with me today. I have my good old trusty Fender Stratocaster, my electric, but my acoustic is actually getting worked on right now. It just had a couple things I needed to get fixed. So today we're going to actually play a song that's more acoustic driven with an electric guitar, and we're also going to focus on something new, and that is bar chords and power chords, and I'll kind of talk about that as we go. But the song that we're going to be learning today and playing that I think incorporates really what Zach Williams is all about, his sound, is the song Chainbreaker. If you haven't heard this song, it's awesome. It incorporates a lot like Crowder, in that it incorporates a lot of kind of country and blues and folk and old roots music into a modern look with today's kind of praise and worship and Christian music, and it's an awesome song. But we're going to kind of play through it, and this is a song that doesn't have a traditional intro. Most Christian songs, whenever they play them, they'll have like an intro part to kind of prepare you for the melody or what the song is. But this song doesn't have that. Instead, it starts with just a chord ringing out. So it goes right into the verse. So I'm going to play through the verse a little bit, and then I'll break down what I'm playing, and then we'll go through the rest of the song. But the verse starts like this. If you've been walking the same old road for miles and miles, you've been hearing the same old voice tell the same old lies, if you're trying to fill the same old holes inside, there's a better life. There's a better life. Alright, so that's the verse, and I'm going to break down what it is and how I'm playing it. So I'm playing it kind of how I would play it if I had an acoustic guitar, but I'm changing a little bit since I have an electric. The first thing I'm doing is, if I was playing this acoustically, the acoustic part would go something like this. Been walking the same old road for miles and miles. You've been hearing the same old voice tell the same old lies. You're trying to fill the same old holes on the inside. There's a better life. There's a better life. With acoustic, I would play it a little bit more subtle. But this song isn't really a subtle song. It's more, I wouldn't say punchy, but it's, you know that it's playing. You know, it grabs your attention. In order to do that, I'm playing what's called power chords. So, on the guitar, there's many different ways to play one chord. For instance, here's an A, here's an A, here's an A, here's an A, here's an A. There's many different ways to play the same chord. With power chords, just hit the microphone with the guitar, I'm sorry. With power chords, what you're playing is you're playing the root note, which in this case would be a C. Then you're playing the fifth, which would be down here a D. Because in the scale, the D note is the fifth. And then you're playing the octave, which is the same note, just a higher pitch. And that's a power chord. And if you listen to a lot of rock music, that's what usually gets played in rock, right? Is power chords, or like the Ramones, all they did was play power chords, stuff like that. But you use them because this gives you a little bit more of an aggressive or in-your-face sound than this. So that's what we're playing. We're playing power chords throughout this song, especially if you're playing with the lead part or the electric. But anyway, the verse is really simple. If you've been walking the same old road for miles and miles, just go C, F, C, then goes A minor, and stays there for a while, then goes to G, stays there for a while, then goes to F, and then there's a bit of a build-up. There's a better life. Then you go to G. There's a better life. Then you go into the chorus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the verse, and then I'm going to play through the chorus for you. And then we'll kind of break it down and go through the rest of the song. All right, so verse 1. Here we go. If you've been walking the same old road for miles and miles, hearing the same old voice tell the same old lies, been trying to fill the same old holes inside. There's a better life. There's a better life. If you got pain, there's a pain taker. If you feel lost, there's a way maker. Verse 2. But yeah, so let's break down the chorus. So going from the verse into the chorus, you're on a G. There's a better life to live. So you count off 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a typical thing that you hear in Christian worship music across the board, is going from that verse to the chorus, there's that build-up. The reason why is because the chorus is where you're really wanting people to sing out. You're really wanting them to engage. And that build-up gets people excited. So going from the verse, there's a better life. You've got pain. And then you go C, F, C, D, C, F, G, C. Now it does this little thing that's called a turnaround to get from the chorus to the verse. And it ends on, he's a chain breaker. You just go F, C, and then you go into verse 2. We've all searched for the light of day and the dim of night. We've all found ourselves worn out from the same old fight. All of the things we know. kind of thing that you're doing in the first verse. Nothing has really changed all that much. It's the same chord progression except for the words. That's about all that changes. But the important thing is that it's got that build up at the end of the verse. There's a better life. And then you go into the verse again, which I'm not going to do. And then that's pretty much the entire song. Now there is a couple bridge parts where it's like, if you believe it, if you receive it, if you can feel it, somebody testify. If you believe it, if you receive it, if you can feel it, somebody testify. Right, and then it goes back into the chorus. Yep, the cat has joined the video, so you're going to hear her meowing, but we're almost done. It's okay. This song, even though it's simplistic, right, it's the same chord progression for the verses. The chorus isn't that hard to play. It's pretty simple and straightforward. That's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes it attractive. What makes it appealing is that it's not overly complicated. We can listen to it and we can understand what's kind of happening, and we can understand the words, and we can understand how the music is moving. And that's what makes it effective. Whenever let's say you are a musician, right, and you are a follower of Christ, and you're wanting to write songs that will get people to sing and get people to worship God and help people in their moments whenever they're there to meet God. That's what you want to do, is you want to write songs that will be effective. You don't want to write songs that are trying to show off how good of a musician you are, because that's not the goal. The goal is to connect people with God. And this song, even though it's upbeat and it's got a lot of blues and a lot of country influence, like I said, and all the musicians are fantastic, the important thing is that it's effective in connecting you with Christ. And right now my cat is trying to connect with me, so we're going to wrap up the video here. That's something I just wanted you all to think about too, is as we're going through these videos and we're learning how to play as different artists or different genres. You know, we've went from bluegrass to Chris Tomlin, who's very traditional, contemporary. I know that's kind of contradictory, but whenever I think of a contemporary Christian musical artist, Chris Tomlin's probably one of the biggest names I think of. To Crowder, who combines, you know, a lot of folk and country, to Skillet, who plays hard rock and metal, to Zach Williams, who incorporates southern rock and things of that nature into his music. The important thing is that they're all worshiping God. They're all using the talents that God has given them to worship Him. And that's really the point. So as you all can see, the cat's really wanting my attention. I hope you all have had a good week. I hope you all have enjoyed this series. I really like doing this. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it going through the Christmas season. So if you all see that the videos have kind of dropped off, I do apologize, but we'll be back in the new year if they do. We'll try our best to keep it going, but I can't guarantee anything. But guys, I hope y'all are doing well.